So when I first received the flyer, because of my amazing Hindi language skills, I read the theme as Udhami Nari, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Sashakt Bharat. And I was so excited. I said, Yaar, Udhami to main hu. They have actually put the theme on the basis of my personality. How did they know that? So I showed it to my partner, my friend, and I said, look, yaar, they're actually celebrating women who are disruptive, who are Udhami. And she said, Shelly, it's actually Udyami. Udyami means entrepreneurial and not disruptive. But I think they both go hand in hand. You cannot be entrepreneurial without being disruptive. And I'm sure all my co-entrepreneurs here will agree with that. So for me, Udyami is Udhami and vice versa. So I would like to recognize with that, please. Thank you.
I think for me, she's unlimited. I think I've written this book, many of people know that, and for me, it's been unlimited.
For me, Udyami is believing in herself, because many women, I feel, do not believe in herself, and that is important. So, whoever woman who believes in herself is Udyami.
Wonderful, wonderful. We also open it to the audience so that it's not a very formal, just a conversation, but we'll open it to the audience, and at any point that you all might want to even, ask and intervene, please feel free to, speak up. The first question I'll, ask Ms. Devaita, what about you? As someone who has spent years shaping narratives, do you believe that empowering women begins with changing mindsets or changing policies?
Both. Because if at all you need holistic development, you need to have top-down approach and bottom-up approach. So while you are drafting policies with the government at the top level, which fortunately I have got opportunities to work closely with ministry on a lot of policies. So I feel while the policies open the doors, the societal mindset also needs to be worked on to ensure that the doors are open. So it can't happen only at the one level. So आप अगर पॉलिसीज बना रहे हो तो जिनके लिए पॉलिसीज बना रहे हो उनके माइंडसेट को भी खोलने की जरूरत है, क्योंकि आप अगर सक्षमीकरण की बात करते हो तो आप डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, स्टीरियोटाइपिंग, बायसेस, इनके ऊपर भी काम करना साइमल्टेनियसली उतना ही जरूरी है, क्योंकि समाज जब तक नारी की डेवलपमेंट को एक्सेप्ट नहीं करता है तो जो सरकार नारी के डेवलपमेंट के लिए काम कर रही है वो ग्रास रूट लेवल तक नहीं पहुंचेगा। तो जब आपको काम करना है तो आपको पॉलिसी पे भी काम करना है और आपको ग्रास रूट पे भी काम करना है। एक छोटा सा आंकड़ा मैं आपको बताती हूँ, वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम जो है वो हर साल जेंडर ऑडिट करता है और उसमें जेंडर गैप इंडेक्स निकाला जाता है। 150 देशों में हमारा नंबर कुछ 121 के आसपास है। तो हम सक्षम हैं, लेकिन इस स्पीड से अगर हम काम कर रहे हैं तो बताया जा रहा है कि 270 साल के आसपास लगने वाले हैं हमको पूरी तरह से इक्वालिटी को अचीव करने के लिए। तो क्योंकि हमारी थीम पंखों को उड़ने दो है, तो मैं इस बात को बहुत अधोरेखित करना चाहूंगी कि पंखों को उड़ने दो जब कहा जाता है तो कोई है जो उड़ने नहीं दे रहा है, वो क्या है? और यहाँ पे मैं किसी एक मर्द समाज या बच्चे या समाज इसकी नहीं कर रही हूँ, कोई है, वो अपने अंदर की लो कॉन्फिडेंस भी हो सकता है, पर कुछ है जो आपको उड़ने नहीं दे रहा है, इसीलिए आपको पंखों को उड़ने दो कहना पड़ रहा है। और एक रश्मि मैडम कहाँ है? मैडम आपने बटरफ्लाईज रखे हैं, अगली बार ईगल का चित्र चाहिए मुझे, क्योंकि उसके पंखों में ज्यादा ताकत होती है। बटरफ्लाई तो बहुत नाजुक होती है, उसको हाथ लगा तो पंख टूट जाते हैं। तो पंखों को उड़ने भी दो और पंखों में जान भी दो।
Wonderfully said. Thank you so much. Ms. Neeta, Lulla, if I may ask you, that if you think there is one limiting belief that you would like women to rewire, what do you think it would be?
I think the limiting belief is in here, which we need to get out. It is the mindset of the women. Why should there be a limiting belief? What is limiting you? You wake up in the morning, you look after your house, you go to work, you make the tiffin for your husband, your kids, everybody. You do it yourself. You look after your family, the elders in your family. And then when it comes to yourself, you limit yourself. Why? So I won't say that there is somebody outside there who is limiting you. You are limiting yourself.
And the day you realize that I am me, I am Saksham, I will do what I need to do to fly. The strength is in myself, my wings, and I will fly. That is the day those limited beliefs go out. They just get thrown out. So I don't believe in it. I don't think that is a box. People say you have to think outside the box. There is no box. So use your wings and fly.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. Shelly ji, you work at grassroots levels with so many people, so many young professionals, and to ask you that, what do you think is required for them? Like more access to confidence, opportunities, or societal expectations? What's working for them and what's not working in their favor?
I think someone aptly said here when the guest of honors were being felicitated, one of them rightly pointed out that everybody today has information on their fingertips. It's very, very important at this point in time to differentiate between the information and how to convert it into a knowledge part of it. So I believe that when I work with adolescents, what we normally tell them is that they actually don't need teachers or schools at this point of time. They themselves are so tech savvy that they are able to actually access all the information online, convert it into knowledge, and also reproduce it in a very positive manner. The actual intent here should be, how do you filter out the over information part of it, and how do you ensure that the correct knowledge reaches the adolescents? Because why I speak of adolescents is because I believe that adolescents who start at a young age trying to be healthy will lead to a healthier community, and this includes women also. So a lot of girl children that I have worked with, what we try and do is we try and empower them, and we always try and instill that kind of confidence in them, that it's important for you to be aware and cautious of your health at this point of time when you're 15 or 16, because when you're aware at that age, only then you'll be able to become a very responsible adult tomorrow, and also become a responsible family member who's taking care of the entire family. So I believe the information part we have already conquered with the wonderful digital revolution that has taken place, but the over information that needs to be filtered out and converted into appropriate knowledge that needs to be used, I think that is the key aspect here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Archana ji, you have more than 5 startups, and I personally know that you are one of the youngest women entrepreneurs out there. What is the right time to start? Is there an age? Is there a certain thing? What is the right time to start?
Well, Alifia, right time कुछ नहीं होता है. It's like when you want to start, rather than regretting, it's better to start. ये सोचना कि मैं ये कर लूँगी या कर लेती, it's better to start. And as Neeta and Devita said, it's the hidden potential जो हमारे अंदर ही है, and हमें वो बाहर लाना है. And you know, I was sitting with some of the industrialists, और उन्होंने मुझे एक चीज़ कहा था, जब मैं बहुत, I think I was 25. So एक चीज़ थी, age is just a number, it's all in your mind. सेकेंड इज समथिंग, बड़े महल की रानी बनने से अच्छा छोटे झोपड़े की नौकरानी बनना. आर यू गेटिंग इट? लाइक, सो इट्स लाइक समथिंग आई फील आपको जो करना है, जब करना है, यू बेटर डू दैट, एंड यू शुड स्टार्ट whenever you want to. There is no age for it. So that is what I feel, and there are so many ventures out there which I am running, and I think it's all about management. So yeah, it's happening.
Wonderful, wonderful. Anyone from the audience who would like to ask any questions? Before we move on to Miss Rachna, because I'm very, very keen to ask you this one. You've documented thousands of stories of successful journeys. What is the one mantra that you find consistent among all these stories?
My answer to your question is in your question itself. That is the word consistent. So consistency is important. As you mentioned, I had done 365 days stories in 365 days that became a world record. So the most important part here was consistency and never give up attitude. जब मैंने ये कहा था कि I'm going to do 365 days stories, so everyone told me it is impossible. You cannot do 365 days stories because बड़े-बड़े media houses भी ये काम नहीं कर पाते. So how can you alone can do 365 days stories? So, बट मैंने वो तो ठान लिया था कि मुझे करना है. ऐसे बहुत सारे दिन आए थे कि जब मैं रोई थी, अभी नहीं हो सकता, क्या करूं, बट नेवर गिव अप एटीट्यूड एंड कंसिस्टेंसी इज इम्पोर्टेंट. एंड जो आपने पूछा है कि जब मैंने बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन पूछे लोगों को, तो एक ही था कि एक उदाहरण मैं देना चाहूंगी आपको। एक ग्रामीण महाराष्ट्र के ग्रामीण भाग में एक संस्था है जहाँ पे 22,000 वुमन है, एकल महिला संगठना करके है। तो वो उनका जब मैं क्वेश्चंस पूछ रही थी, मुझे इतना रोना आ रहा था कि मैं एक शब्द भी बोल नहीं पा रही थी, क्योंकि उनकी ऐसी स्टोरीज थी कि घर से उनको फेंक दिया है नीचे, या फिर एक लेडी थी, अभी भी मतलब मुझे कैसे हो रहा है उनके बारे में बात करने के लिए। एक लेडी थी जो पेट्रोल पंप पे काम कर रही थी, तो उनके हस्बैंड को वो अच्छा नहीं लगा कि वो पेट्रोल पंप पे काम कर रही है, तो उन्होंने गुंडों को भेजा और उनको मारा। तो पेट्रोल पंप वाले तो बोले वो तो मतलब बहुत ईमानदारी से काम कर रही है, तो मैं उनको कैसे रोकूं काम करने के लिए। पर नहीं, वो जो मेल ईगो है कि मेरी औरत बाहर काम कर रही है, और वो तो पैसे नहीं दे रहा था, बहुत मारपीट कर रहा था, वो सब तो था। पर ऐसे लोग हैं और ऐसी संस्थाएं हैं जो काम कर रहे हैं। सो ये बहुत मुझे सीखने को मिला, और वो उनका नेवर गिव अप एटीट्यूड था, क्योंकि उनके बच्चों को पालना था, उनकी फैमिलीज को पालना था। तो ये बहुत मुझे सीखने को मिला।
Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Devanta ji, if every young woman watching us today could develop one skill, what is the one thing that you would like to tell them personally?
I think clarity of thoughts is very important, which gives you focus. And not just that, clarity and focus together should be communicated properly. So communication, clarity and focus is something that I would want the young girls to work on. And it's not that it needs to be done in English or any other elite language. It can be done in Marathi, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, whichever. Because the power figure is not the colonized figures as the internet says. I see that there's Kalpana, Saroj sitting, who is another, whose struggle everyone knows, who comes from. So that those kind of images, those kind of powerful icons is something which we need to develop. We have Pabri Devi, who is again another local level, regional face of women empowerment. So focus, clarity, communication. Leadership is not about just leading the organization. It is also about setting boundaries. It is also about being empathetic, and it is also about taking everyone together. So someone rightly pointed out that Manjuji, she's not here, but she is, someone who truly practices that.
I agree.
That she would take, मैं जा रही हूँ मेरे साथ सब चलो. So that kind of attitude, which globally we call as sisterhood, is something that everyone has to nurture.
Wonderful. On that word, sisterhood, Neeta, Lulla ji, on sisterhood, if you had to tell us one daily practice that women should follow, and men also, since they are here with us today, because we believe in inclusivity and diversity, but if you had to give us one daily practice that women should do to, build on consistency, our leadership skills, what would you suggest? What would it be?
So, I am today over 60, but I'm studying business, and my business guru says focus. I used to keep wondering why he says focus, but I realized that focus has to be your superpower, because when you focus on anything you do, there is no way that you will not succeed. You will definitely succeed. So the smallest of things you do it with focus and intention, and you are bound to fly.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And Miss Rachna, what are the most important pillars in a woman's career trajectory?
I think the most important pillars are, first of all, is education, because now under the Global Women of Impact, we are working with women working at traffic signals and girls. So कल ही जब मैं बात कर रही थी उनसे, उन्होंने कहा कि मैडम हम काम नहीं कर पा रहे क्योंकि हमारे पास शिक्षा नहीं है. We are not educated. हम लोग को एक बार काम मिलता है पर बाद में फिर से काम नहीं मिलता है क्योंकि हमारे पास कोई पेपर वर्क हम नहीं कर पाते, हम लिख नहीं पाते. So education is the most important thing I feel. Second most important thing is financial literacy. Even if we are educated today, we are not taking financial decisions. So that is also important. क्योंकि आज हम लोग देख रहे कि हमारे पास बहुत सारे डिग्रीज हैं, हम डॉक्टर्स हैं, एडवोकेट्स हैं, इंजीनियर्स हैं, पर फिर भी आज हमारे जो फाइनेंशियल डिसीजंस है वो कहीं पे हमारे पापा, हमारे पति या फिर हमारे भाई लेते हैं. सो दैट शुड चेंज. जैसे मंजू मैडम ने कहा कि घर हम बनाते हैं पर घर पे नाम भी हमारा होना चाहिए. सो दैट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. I think these two things are the basic pillars, and health is also important. The third pillar, which is I think women don't focus on health; they focus on family's health rather than self health. And fourth is mental health. That is also important. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely aligned to what you are saying. Thank you so much. Shelly ji, what you suggest, since you are into building communities, what is the most important thing to create a safer community?
I think there is a lot of gap, I believe, in what what has to happen at the policy level versus what is actually happening. So I've trained over multiple healthcare professionals in the government of Meghalaya, and one of the most striking things that came across was the ardent gap. There is a lot that the government wants to do. There is a lot of good that it wants to do. There's a lot of intent behind it. But unfortunately, by the time it cascades to that level, the ethos is somewhere lost. So I feel there is this gap that needs to be addressed, and a lot of organizations, a lot of good work is happening on those lines. However, I think those efforts need to be intensified, and I believe once that gap, the mistrust that the people at the grassroots have with the government, or that the government does not want to do good things for the people, that kind of mistrust or gap, once that is filled, I think we'll be looking at a much brighter tomorrow, is what I believe.
Thank you so much. Miss Preetty ji, if I may ask you, what do you suggest? What is women empowerment, and how do you see, I heard what you had to say about the 5 dance that we had to do, but for women to truly become that Shakti, what do you suggest? What is to be done?
Basically, I am into, from the last 40 years I am working, and 25 years से मैंने ये divine power से जो लोगों की help करी है, एक ही मंत्रा देती हूँ सबसे पहले, कि अपनी फैमिली में सबसे पहले आप अपने ऊपर फोकस करो कि मेरी हेल्थ ठीक है तो मेरा परिवार ठीक है, मेरी एजुकेशन अच्छी है तो मेरे बच्चों की एजुकेशन अच्छी है, मेरे काम में कंसिस्टेंसी है, डिसिप्लिन है, फोकस है, तो मेरे बच्चों से फॉलो करेंगे. तो ये 5 चीजें हमें अपने घर में जब हम फॉलो करते हैं, आई वेक अप एट 2:30, I give healing at 3 o'clock, I did check everything at 3 o'clock in the morning. That results come very positive, and my children, my family, my near and dear, they all now started following me, and 30 countries से ज़्यादा लोगों को जाके मैंने ये रूटीन बताया, सिखाया, गोरों को मंत्र सिखा दिए. तो मैं समझती हूँ कि जहाँ कम्युनिकेशन है, जहाँ आपको पता है, I have to be independent, I have to be healthy, I have to be wealthy, I have to be decision maker, you can achieve anything.
Wonderful.
This
wonderful.
is very important for all of us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. She really deserves a round of applause for this. Thank you so much. Archana ji, many women, so you successfully balanced entrepreneurship with social impact. How can businesses become vehicles for meaningful change rather than just for profits?
So well, I believe हम जितना भी कमाते हैं उसका 10% of course society में जाना चाहिए, and we all have been taught this since school times, and मुझे लगता है वो भले awareness के form में हो, empowerment के form में हो, in any form, like we do so many events out there, if you know. So I think